I'll take check-ins for the TechNet if anybody wants to have a TechNet. I got a pen and a pad. K0MLG, I guess will be the net control for this week's edition of the NCARC TechNet. Any emergency or priority traffic? Hearing none, I'll take check-ins Alpha through Mike.
Whiskey Alpha 9, Foxtrot, Bravo, Oscar, Bob and Laporte.
And 0NYY, I'll be happy to be net control. It's my night. Unless you want to do it, Marty, I'm okay with that too.
Well, I'll just trade you. I'll do it tonight, you do it next week. How about that?
You got it. This is N0NYY, November 0, November Yankee Yankee, Bart and Evans with N0QXQ, November 0, Quebec X-Ray Quebec, Jean Juliet Echo Alpha November, also in Evans. Good evening, and thank you.
Well, hold up there. I got you, your lovely wife, and you got Bob in there. Any more check-ins? Off through Mike. Come now.
This is
0 Lima Echo India, Chad and Stout.
This is November 0 Echo Mike Papa, Greg in Fort Collins with Debbie, Kilo 0 Delta Bravo Echo, no traffic.
AE0KO, Alpha Echo 0 Kilo Oscar, Brad in Wellington. All right, hold up there. Got you in there, Brad, and Chad, and Greg and Debbie. Any more check-ins for tonight's TechNet? Go ahead.
K0HAK, Kilo 0, Hotel, Alpha Kilo. Dave, mobile, somewhere in, I don't know, Bellevue.
This is AT0HI, Alpha Delta 0, Hotel India, Bob in Greeley.
It was a lake.
Hold up there. Okay, I got Rick, Bob, and Dave. Any more check-ins for tonight's TechNet? This is K0MLG. Go ahead.
This is K5SGC, Kilo 5, Sierra Golf Charlie, Dave in Fort Collins.
This is KD0TYU, Kilo Delta 0 Tango Yankee Uniform, Joe in Loveland, and I do have a tip.
This is I6, Victor Alpha Yankee, KM6, VAY, Steve in Sedalia.
Hold up there. It still surprises me you get up here, Steve, straight with, straight to 275. And got you in there, Joe, with the tip, and got you in there, Dave. Any more check-ins for tonight's TechNet? Go ahead.
This is K0AZA, Kilo 0 Alpha Zulu Alpha, Ron in Fort Collins.
This is AE0CF, Alpha Echo 0 Charlie Foxtrot, Ben, Fort Collins.
Loveland, no traffic.
Up there, that last station that said Loveland, no traffic. Come again?
WB5 TEX, Whiskey Bravo 5, Tango Echo X-Ray, Dale in Loveland.
All right. Got you in there, Dale, WB5 Tex. We wouldn't be from Texas, maybe. That's a good call. Got you in there, Ben, and got you in there, Ron. Any more check-ins for tonight's TechNet? Go ahead.
KG6 OBC, Kilo Golf 6, Oscar Bravo Charlie, Justin, mobile in Fort Collins. No traffic.
Any more check-ins?
Kilo 9, Bravo Yankee Uniform. That's Kilo 9, Bravo Yankee Uniform. Russell, Highlands Ranch.
Got you in there, Russell. A good trip from Highlands Ranch. And Justin, OBC, we got you in there. Well, we only had 2 takers so far, and 1 person with traffic. That'd be Joe. Go ahead, TYU.
Oh, thanks, Marty. I appreciate that. I don't know how many people like me have had trouble with ham sticks. I have fought those things and never got anything going. In fact, I've sat out there in the hot sun for days and days and never got the thing to work. So as a YouTube junkie, I found kind of an interesting way of actually beating the system, if you will. Let me let this drop. If you ever worked with those ham sticks, you got to move the whip in and out. You got to test, you got to do all this and that. There's a guy I got on a YouTube video that says, take the whip off. And then go down to Amazon, and his costs $3, mine costs $8, and get a 2-pack of M3 female threaded regular telescopic antennas. They're $8 on Amazon. Get yourself a 3mm bolt or something like that, cut the end off and screw it right into the other thing. Then what you do, because the problem of it is that if you get in too far, then you got all this stuff hanging in there. You need to cut it off to make sure it's right. Well, this is already there. You just pull it in and out, and it works. There's also a chart that I actually put on the website that actually will give you a starting point. I'll let this drop again. Now, what I was working on, I should have clarified this primarily, was a horizontal double, like a dipole type thing with a ham stick. So there wasn't any ground waves or anything like that. And this worked great. I was able to tune that antenna up in, I think it was less than 15 minutes. And it was dead on at 1.15, and I've never got that close with anything out there. And it was really right dead on. And it was so easy. Then what you do is you just take your thing out, you cut your thing to the length, put the regular whip back in it, and you're done. It was really cool. Any questions?
NYY was a comment?
I guess I can go ahead.
Yeah, you two carry on, K0MLG.
I think I keep doubling. N0NYY comment.
Yeah, you two carry on.
Okay. One of the problems with the ham stick, aside from the 6 and 10 meter, which we don't care because there's not much coil or no coil there, but everything for the lower frequencies, a lot of the ham stick has wire windings around it, and a lot of them are up near the tip. And as you insert that tip further and further into the hand stick, you're starting to insert a very thin and stainless, but still steel core into that coil, which increases the inductance of the coil, which makes the antenna look longer. And you shorten the whip 2 inches, and it's shorter by 2 inches, but you've increased the inductance by the equivalent of 5 or 6 inches by inserting that rod into the wound portion of the wire, which means you have to cut off to make sure there isn't rod stuck down inside the coil, which is something to watch out for when you're tuning a ham stick. I think that idea of the telescopic, especially on a temporarily installed antenna, that makes a whole lot of sense, and I really like that. N0 in my way.
This is Katie0TYU. I thought this was ingenious because what you and I talked about earlier, and everybody else has, is the more you put into the thing, it actually senses that, like you say, changing inductance on the thing. And you're just ruining, you're not getting a true signal that way. So, and I fought that, and then I saw this YouTube video, and I thought, that makes a lot of sense because everything that goes in there is there. There's no, you're not pushing anything more into it. You're actually moving out with the thing, and it works so easy. I tell you what, for $8, and you got to buy a bolt for maybe $1 or so to make the thing work, it's well worth the $8 or $9 you pay.
That's a great tip. Any other questions or comments on that? Joe, you should share that YouTube to the Facebook page, too.
Yeah, I could do that. I got to find it. It's been a long time since I saw that. In fact, it was like last spring, I think it was. Not even this last one. It was like 2023 that I got that. And I bought the stuff and never did anything with it. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, I took a thing out and I thought, why didn't I do this a long time ago? I'll look for it and put it out there. Thanks.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Any more other questions or topics or comments for tonight's TechNet? K0MLG, go ahead.
W1VAM.
Go ahead, Ivan.
Just a brief announcement. All the WD0DMR repeaters are back up online and working. That includes the old OJ repeater over in Greeley, the Fusion repeater over in LaSalle, the VHF DMR repeater up on Horsetooth. Let's see what else. The DMR repeater in Golden. All of that issues here recently, but everything is back up online and working. Use them while you can. W1BAM.
Is W0DMR.org, Ivan?
That is correct. Either that or it's on the NCARC website there under other repeaters. It is a full listing also.
Yep. Those two Fusion machines up there do well. HF and UHF. Those are pretty good coverage repeaters. All right. Anything else for tonight's TechNet? Go ahead.
If anybody is shy about trying Fusion, or if you have the Fusion radio and haven't tried the wires X yet and kind of intimidated by using it, just give a shout out. It's very, very easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's like elementary. So if you got that Fusion Radio or DMR and need assistance getting them going, give a shout out, WNVAM.
Yeah, if any of you guys and gals out there have programming questions for Ivan, he's pretty handy with that stuff. And he's a good teacher as well. Great helper. All right, Ivan, thanks for that. Anybody else?
BNK.
Go ahead.
Got a 70 BNK. I just have a little observance with the Kid Radio H3. If you all like me, set your ways, you want to hit that good big push to talk button all the time. Well, the other day it has two push to talks for A and B, and I kept hitting the wrong one. But I discovered it's whichever is in the. Okay, if you plug a speaker mic into this thing, then whichever A or B you were on, it will transmit on that one. You don't have any more of those whoopsies again in 0 BNK.
That's one easy way to eliminate a whoopsie. Any questions for Rick? Man, I wish there's a lot of things that easy whoopsie would have been great for around here, that's for sure. All right, well, I guess if there's no other comments or questions, this is K0MLG. My name's Marty. Near Wellington, I was the NCS for the Tech Net for July 8th, 2024. 19 check-ins, and I'll be closing the net at 18 hours. The repeater is now open for normal use.